Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me again on my channel. It is a wonderful new week in Seattle. Today is going to be the first day after last week being a training week where I'm actually going to be in the office. I'm going to see the office. Most likely I'm going to meet a couple of people and I'm super excited about that. I think we will go and work in the spheres this afternoon, which is absolutely amazing as well. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see it all. I'm excited to meet some people. I'm excited for the topics that we will be discussing for work because at this point I'm just so eager to dive into a couple of projects that we are pretty much kickstarting this week, and I just cannot wait to get started. So I'm gonna make my way to the office building where my line manager sits, and on the way I'm trying to find if I can get a nice cup of tea. I would love to drink a good coffee as well, so either or. Let's see what I can find. And yeah, so my reading plan for this week, basically what I want to finish is Harley in the Sky. I want to finish, which is an arc that I had started, I believe, in end of December, beginning of January. And it was kind of fun, but other books took priority. And it is an arc. I'm not sure when it's coming out, if it came out in January or if it comes out in March. I had two arcs and with these two release dates, and this is either or. But anyways, I want to finish it this month. Then I want to finish the third book in the Firebird trilogy. I started that last night and I will be listening to that on audiobook, although I have the physical copy as a book from the Traveling Book Project Germany. That pretty much is a Goodreads group where we write in the books some notes and then we pass it on to the next person, and there's a maximum of like 10 people, and then you get your big book back with a maximum of 10 people's notes, and there's like full-on conversations going on, which is just awesome. So I will scribble down my notes along the way, but it's the only audiobook that I currently have, and walking around the city, walking around possibly at the airport or whatever, I just don't want to waste the time. Then I want to finish, I need to finish The Rook, which is another traveling book, and I don't have that on audiobook. I just have a hard time getting into that book for some reason. All I know is that this is about this woman who lost her mind. She has amnesia, and she wakes up and she's pretty much being told by her former self that she has some superpowers and is part of that secret society, and somebody's out to kill her. So that's fun. Sounds fun, right? So I only read like 40 pages where I wanted to read like 400. So these 3 books are my absolute priority. So let's just see where I can get to. I do have the priority of experiencing the city and stuff, but then I will be traveling a lot this week as well, and traveling can usually be a really good time to read unless I'm like super tired, which actually could happen as well. Yeah, let's see where this week will take us. So I got this guava white tea, which tastes awesome. I wish we had more like iced tea selection in our Starbucks. The selection here is amazing. And I got a free breakfast as well because they messed up an order and I was standing there. It's awesome. What is this actually? It's a bacon Gouda sandwich. So no idea if I can eat this, but I'll have a bite before it goes to waste, you know? So let's get back on track here and get to the office. I have the sun in my eyes, if you can believe it. So I'm out with my lovely boss, and we are on our way to Amazon Go, and I'm super stoked to actually see how it works. If they're going to stop me for any kind of thievery, if my payment issue bounces, which it shouldn't. But I told you earlier, I think in my last week's vlog, I told you all about my lovely credit card journey here. Let's see what happens. Let's hope I'm not arrested for thievery.
Have a little souvenir.
Yes, awesome. Anything else? Anything else? This whole thing is just for employees, or is there? I think there's a cafe on the other side, right?
There is, yep. There's a restaurant, there's an underground bar in here.
And it's open to the public by reservation.
Yes.
Some education while you're here. Good evening. It is 6 p.m. a little past 6 p.m. We're done with work. Had a fabulous day. And yes, aside from taking pictures, looking at the spheres and all the awesome places like Amazon Go and Amazon 4 stars, we actually did lock ourselves into a meeting room for quite some time and talk about projects I will be working on, and I'm super stoked for it to start, which I can pretty much do now. I'm getting a better understanding of the next thing that I'm working on, and it's amazing. So now I'm contemplating what to do, if I want to go grab some food, or I actually might go to the nail place again because the color is coming off. And just broke on the next one, which completely sucks. So maybe I'm going to try and fix that first. Aside from that, I probably try and grab something that I can take back to my hotel room. Really want to sit down and read. I am in such a huge reading mood right now. I might try and get inspired by what I walk past. Also, I might finally make use of the pool in the hotel. So that's another thing. But yeah, it's 6 p.m. I'm off the clock, and now I just have to decide what to do. That's an awesome place to be in, so not complaining. So that decision was taken away from me. The nail place is closed, so let's walk back to the hotel and see if we can grab something to eat on the way. I would totally be up for something like room service, but it's just so overpriced. I don't feel like paying for it. I wanted to go a bit more shopping for maybe another pair of pants and a sweater or something. I think the what I ate on the first or the second day, that was very yummy and it was not very expensive. Let's see if I can get that again. The Piroshki, I believe. I wish there was a Taco Bell around the corner. I still haven't been to Taco Bell. Let's just walk a little bit into the city and see what I can find. So I was just in the TJ Maxx here, and I have to say this is one of the first times where I was seriously surprised. So if you're from the US, please tell me if my perception of this is a one-off, possibly because of the location or something, or if this generally is what this store, I don't want to say looks like, but comes off as. So to me, TJ Maxx seemed like a little rundown, cheap, really cheap store with very, very out-of-date fashion. It feels like if you shop there honestly and dress yourself, you look like you're 60 even though you're 20, just from your like fashion sense. And they're not even that competitively priced compared to maybe a place like Walmart or Target. I feel like the TK Maxx that I've seen in Europe gave me a lot more, well yeah, it still felt a little bit like a department store, but it felt a lot more like quality, like I get quality and I get a good deal, and it wasn't as like, it didn't feel as run down and cheap. So that was a really interesting experience for me. For some reason today at this corner it just felt a little unsafe. A lot of people there that were intoxicated, and not even like just a little intoxicated. It felt like it was a meeting point for intoxicated people or something. Like, yeah, a meeting point of intoxicated and homeless, slightly aggressive people. Yeah, I felt a little uneasy, and the store was in that area, and maybe that played into it, but honestly I feel like it just felt cheap and run down a little and not quality. Let me know what your perception of TJ Maxx is, if this is a one-off or if this is what the brand is kind of known for here. I'd be really interested in that. And good morning, Tuesday morning. So I still don't know why I'm having such a hard time to get into the Rook, to be honest. It is absolutely an absolutely solid book, but we've encountered quite a bit of info dump. In this book, in the very beginning, our main character is given letters and material to read to understand the situation, and that is the author's way of describing the world to us, and what's happening, and all the like names and setups, and it's a lot. I feel like I understand how she wanted to be smart about not being info dumpy, but it is info dumpy still, even if it's disguised as a letter to our main character. I'm not feeling it, but it's still quite solid. On another note, I am absolutely into the A Million Worlds with You, the third of the Firebird trilogy. Can't tell you much about its content and what's happening, simply because I don't want to spoil or anything. But it's fabulous, and I'm completely into it. It's fast-paced, things are happening, it's a lot of fun. On my way now, I think I'll try to read another chapter, because I will take this like city streetcar, and I have maybe like 10-15 minutes to go with a streetcar, but then it doesn't go for another 10 minutes, so I have a little time, so I'll just try and read maybe one chapter. Well, good morning. It is Wednesday morning. I've just checked out of my hotel. Today is my last day in Seattle, and I'm so incredibly sad that I'm leaving. It kind of hit me when I was making plans for the weekend. I was really looking forward to seeing my friends again. One of my friends has their birthday on a Sunday, and we're going to go for karaoke on the evening. And then on Sunday we're going to meet with the family. And I'm really looking forward to this. But then I was like, oh, what else am I doing on the weekend besides reading and catching up on reading? And I was like, oh yeah, I can go for a hike. I completely feel in the mood for hiking, and where should I go? And then it hit me, I can't go in all the beautiful places that I now would want to go, that I have kind of mapped out here, that are available here. And maybe it's just being tired of where I am, I mean, there's beautiful places to go for a hike in my home area, but it's just not the same. This is just taking it up a notch, and I want to go hiking here every weekend. Well, to be fair, every weekend when it's not muddy, rainy, snowy. So yeah. So right now I am waiting for the little streetcar that I'm taking to the office. It should leave in 1 minute, but it's not here yet. Getting a little worried. I'm already running a little late and have a kind of important call in a couple of minutes, but yeah, I'll dial in remotely and then just jump into the office. So I'm probably not gonna document this. I would love to go see Amazon Grocery, which was just opened yesterday. I would love to still buy some coffee creamer because I'm a sucker for Coffee Mate, but it's not available in Germany. So well, I can buy it on Amazon for like ridiculous import prices. I'm not gonna pay something like 20 bucks for like one box of like coffee creamer, but I love it. I still, by the way, have half my tea from last night to finish. You can see how much I'm not finishing stuff, and I really need to learn to get small sizes and just less food. And there's the streetcar, so let's get on and see when we will be at the office to see if I should dial in remotely or not. It's only 4:15, but I'm taking off. Well, I mean, I did have an early morning because tonight is my last night here. I can't believe it. It's already at that point where I'm about to leave. I'm kind of enjoying it so much here. I don't want to leave, but gotta get back at one point, right? So I just wanted, on my last evening, I wanted to get a few more gifts, and then I have to pack later on, so being able to leave at 4:15. I have read 2 pages on the streetcar on my way to work. Just info dump. So not too excited about that. Right now I'm walking back to the market where I wanted to purchase a couple of things, and I'm hoping to listen to, oh, and I need to get my nails done as well. Shit. On my way there, I'm going to be listening to the Fiber trilogy. Still fairly in the beginning, but I feel like a lot of things already happened, and I'm quite excited to see how this plays out, and if we're getting into more of a steady rhythm and pacing, or if it's just going to be tap, 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 tap like that for the whole book. Let's try and not spend too much time at the market and stuff, and just get what I want and get out, potentially get my nails done, get back to the hotel and read. Oh my god. If you like mac and cheese, I'm gonna try this. So currently in Target, I'm trying to just find some last minute presents. I actually already had something picked out, but I need to confirm the size. So now I'm back. Ooh, is there actually a sale on swimwear now? Do I have to change what I'm getting? I actually wanted to get a dress, so I'll see if we have a dress. I mean, come on. Wouldn't you love that? I want something like this. Damn, all these like super beautiful dresses that I wanted to get are just too tiny. It's just one size too small. I mean, look at this. This is super cute. Also, this. I would love this for me. But then also, I mean, isn't that kind of perfect? But no, they're all too small. I found something that I think she would really like. Look at these. They have like these glitter in it. But I'm not sure if I want to spend that much because they're like full price and they're a little pricey, to be honest. Well, let's see if I can find anything else. absolutely stupid. Look what I'm trying again. Trying that after all my luck is absolutely stupid, but she told me that she can give me like a half-size portion, and I'm taking it. Oh, great, I completely forgot that I wanted to get my nails done. And now it's already like almost 7 p.m. and I am so not in the mood. I guess I'm gonna have to live with this. Let's try if I can remove the nail polish. That's what I'm gonna be looking like traveling tomorrow, I guess. I just wanted to get this for like pictures. Now I don't even feel like eating it anymore. It's like the party animal. Look at this. Like there's a little bit. There's like this pink cookie dough, and then a small bit of ice cream and a party animal on top. I mean, come on, this is amazing. I love it so much. 7 p.m. and I'm back in my hotel. I am kind of exhausted, and I don't know even why I shouldn't be exhausted. But I'm glad that I'm back at 7:30. I am going to dedicate the rest of the evening to reading time. That feels so good. Actually, you know what? It really is awesome to be in a big city that has a lot of like street food trucks, just street vendor. Getting this little dessert that actually looks huge on camera. It looks tiny when I'm holding it in my hand. As you can see, compared to my hand, it's not even like half a hand. It looks huge on camera, but it's actually really not. And then my dinner is in this small box. Yesterday's dinner was in this small thing. I mean, I'm not even eating this whole thing, so I have to learn how much to buy and what to buy. I mean, to be fair, I have been eating a lot of shit this week too. I probably gained some weight even though I wasn't eating much. Only been eating like 2-3 bites for lunch and 3-4 bites maybe for dinner, and that's it. But I've been trying sweet things, fatty things, all these things that I always wanted to try. I've been trying them. So even though I haven't been eating much overall, these 2 weeks I have enjoyed it. I'm going back to my life without these things. I will go eat my protein and concentrate on nutrition and let this be a 2-week splurge. And when I come back next time, I will have to concentrate more on eating healthy. That's absolutely fine. Look how much I left in my dinner. That is how much I'm eating. It's ridiculous that I'm actually paying. I mean, it's awesome that I can only get these small sizes. In Germany, in the cities that I know and that I'm more at home, I wouldn't get quality, cool food in these sizes. I would have to get like a full meal and leave a lot more. But still, that is ridiculous. And it's not like I can freeze it and take it home, you know. I already ate from this as well. I'm probably not going to eat much more. It's super yummy. But also incredibly sweet and an absolute calorie bomb. I did experience it a couple of times now that I bought something in the evening. I ate a quarter or a third of it and wanted to eat it then for lunch the next day. And I couldn't, because then suddenly for lunch, I had to throw up. I just couldn't put it into my body. So I don't know what it is, but it seems like I can tolerate more food in the evening, or more types of food in the evening than in the morning and for lunch. So I have to be a little bit more careful about what and if at all to put something into my body for breakfast and lunch. Maybe I have to go for like real meal replacement shakes for like a breakfast lunch thing, and then only eat for dinner. So maybe I'm gonna eat a little bit more, and then I'm gonna get into bed and then I'm gonna read for a couple of hours and see how far I get. Hopefully I'll get quite a bit further. I want to get through this book before I have to check in my luggage. So let's see how far I get. I'm pretty much ready to leave. My Uber got here super quick. Didn't expect it as fast. Thank you. I'm here. Kind of feels weird still. By the way, I checked the book that I wanted to read, and because I'm still hung up on the Rook and I haven't read much, so I'm most likely going to just sleep or watch a few episodes. I think I downloaded a few episodes of Star Trek and also Survivors on tonight. Maybe I'm gonna watch it at the airport or here. This is going to be interesting. I got a few things to try. A taco, small burrito, the supreme thingamajig, and a dessert. And as I know me, I'm probably gonna eat one bite of each and then it's gonna land in the trash, as always. I'm so wasteful and I'm apologizing for being that way. Maybe I find somebody I can give it to. This is the last time I'm being that wasteful. I promise. I just want to try it, not eat it, if it makes sense. Sorry. Ah, damn it. Sometimes, honestly, when you know it's a bad idea, it's probably a bad idea. I feel so sick right now, like nauseous. Yep, I feel better after getting it out. I also changed into some more comfy clothes and I am super happy about being more in like sleepy clothes, and I still have to finish up my document. I have roughly half an hour to the boarding. It seems early. I get to my gate, trying to find if I have a shop that is willing to give me a bag for my day clothes, and then I'll try and whip out the document before boarding. The best thing that can happen is that I actually just sleep on the flight. So fingers crossed that I'll just sleep. So I feel like this whole process is going to take forever. We're at the point of boarding, the flight is full, people will need to check bags. There's this like anxiousness in the air that just kind of creeps up on me too. Booked premium economy, and I was just hoping that further in the back I might have a little bit more like quiet and possibly room, because usually that's what I experience. But this is going to be super full, and I'm not done with work. I feel like I need to do another half hour or so, and this is going to suck.
A flight attendant will be with you shortly to discuss the responsibilities.
I might have backfired. I think I am in the middle of a school class. I can already hear the noise and the chatter. It's not gonna be fun, and I'm super tired, and I just need half an hour of work tops. Well, good morning on this wonderful Thursday morning, and welcome to New Jersey. For some reason, I felt overall comfortable in this seat, and I could have slept so well if it wasn't for me being freezing. I did get a lot less sleep than I was hoping for. The kid next to me was not a pleasure either. I mean, using the armrest is one thing. If you're putting your arm on the armrest, at least let that be like the area that you stay in. When you put up your arm in a way that it goes way above the armrest, it just gets really annoying. It was like in my sight the whole time. I think if there was a hotel inside the airport or sleeping facilities, I might just go for that. But since there are not, I'm just gonna go into the city as planned, trying to leave my backpack at the train station and maybe have some breakfast, because I mean, if you think about it, I haven't had any food yesterday aside from the Taco Bell. I actually love this little air train thingy here. It's like this little cabin, so it feels very private, calm, which I like right now after being with all these kids that actually, tired, like I'm so tired because of these kids as well. Let's go on an adventure. I mean, aside from my nails looking like crap anyways, they now look like super crap. So this is the reality of traveling and working a lot, standing at a train station, waiting for the train, just trying to get important emails to send out. So honestly, this was really interesting. My first experience with people in New York, stepping on the train and this young woman not having the right ticket when the person came in to the ticket, and not having enough cash to buy the ticket for $7.50, I believe, and just a random stranger going in and paying for it, and it seemed so normal. I love that. I love that very much. So I am walking down 8th Avenue, and I do have to say I'm a little, I don't want to say disappointed, I'm just a little bit like, I feel weird because Manhattan so far is nothing like I expected it to be. A little bit of a cheaper area in London. Well, it is busy, but it's also not just as busy as I thought it would be. I'm right now on the hunt for a nice breakfast place. Oh my god, I completely forgot that this is the home of the bookstore. That I've been getting the book box for a year or two now, and I really liking it. It's different. It is not worth its money for everybody, but I'm loving it, and I have some time to go take a look. Oh, maybe not. I do not want to buy any books. I cannot carry anything else in my bags, so no. So I do have to say Times Square is definitely pretty much what I expected it to be, and it's a little bit surreal to be here. It's one of those places you've seen so often in like pictures or movies and everything. I'm not gonna go into like maybe the Gap or Old Navy store because I have so much room in my in my luggage. So I think the wind stopped my video, which is interesting. It is so windy that I felt crossing the street that I might get knocked over or something. Just went into a souvenir shop to see if I can find some more pins for the girls so they can start their collection and I'm not just bringing something from Seattle. And now I'm gonna see if I can find a nail salon that is ready to fix my nails, because this is getting kind of annoying, and this one also broke, so I'm over that. I am so over it. I would have to go tomorrow in Germany anyways, but I do have a couple of hours time, and if I can find a place that does it for a decent price, I'm gonna do it just right now. So let's see if there's anything around here.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
So I did end up getting my nails done. They look beautiful. The guy did a really great job. I do feel a little bit cheated, the way they were charging things and the way they were calculating things. I mean, I knew it was probably going to be a little bit more expensive than I'm used to because I'm in Manhattan and everything, but I don't know, the way they did it, it just felt a little bit wrong. Somehow, for some miraculous thing, the credit card that I've been using the whole day isn't working. They're not taking my other credit card. So even though I had two credit card options, they didn't take it and forced me to take cash. From the advertising, I expected it to be $45 or $50, and he charged me $60. So my bill altogether was $72, and from my Maestro card, all I was able to get now was $80, which left only an $8 tip, which is not 20%. It is now 5 minutes past 12. Considering going to Central Park That's just one of those places that is close by, that it just fits my mood. I want to get walking a little bit. It's cold. I don't want to do too much sightseeing really. I feel like I can't do anything like truly do it, so maybe I'll just check out Central Park and then get back to the airport. I'm surprised this station looks quite new and shiny and quite different than I would have expected. That's nice. Back at the airport is a little bit past 2, so timing wise it's awesome. That was really a really nice short trip to see a few things in New York. I'm so glad that I didn't miss that. Get through security and everything and then see when we're boarding. Haven't been reading all day. I have been listening to an audiobook a little bit, hitting that point of getting super tired, which could be a good thing because it could mean that I will actually sleep on the plane. So fingers crossed for that. So this time I tried to get a smaller portion sitting at the airport, and I think I do need to eat a little bit. This area where my gate is only has a total of 2 restaurants, and both of them have only like main meals with like huge portions or raw salads. And I do, even though I like salads, I do not want to put raw veggies into my stomach right now. I think it just feels like my stomach will have to work too hard, if that makes sense. So I tried getting a child's portion or half a portion or something, but no, not possible. So I made sure that they're able to pack it up. But did my evening routine with like cleaning my face, brushing my teeth, and put a heavy-duty moisturizer on in the hopes that my face will not dry out as much as on the way here. I will not be able to finish what I needed to finish for work because the piece of work is a little bit too big that still needs to be done. Well, fingers crossed that I'm actually gonna sleep. I was so convinced that I'm flying back with Lufthansa as well, so I actually threw out my socks that I got in Lufthansa. Now we're with Eurowings and they do not supply us with this little kit of like just convenient travel things, and so I don't have socks. I hope I'm not gonna freeze again. Now let's prepare my extra pillows. So we do have these like soft pillows, but I actually love my makeshift pillows. So what I'm pretty much doing is I have my scarf, my mom's pillowcase, and I'll just put it in, and I have this super comfy and big pillow. Yeah, I am so ready to sleep. Okay, it's actually a really nice view from this airport. We arrived on time. I again had quite a hard time actually sleeping. I fell asleep at first, but then got woken up by something and then just had a hard time going back to sleep. Aside from that, it was quite a pleasant flight. I am here quite early, so I'm looking to get some breakfast that I can bring home. My parents should still be at my home. Again, I only did a little bit of audiobook Fiber Trilogy
I did not do any reading. I will have to figure out how to prioritize my reading, what to move to next month. So I am in my car, believe it or not. So I took a taxi, went to the parking lot, and at that time suddenly somebody already also started answering the phone. Obviously the office was just starting to be up and running, and they apologized 100 times, paid for the taxi, and took a freaking hour to get my car, which I'm so annoyed by. But again, they apologized 100 times and gave me a voucher for a free parking plus a free car wash. They knew they messed up and they apologized, and I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that this was a one-off. And I think for me, it's not about, well, everybody can fuck up sometimes, and I do as well. It's about how you react to it and if you own up to it, and they did. So even though I am annoyed right now and I'm super tired and exhausted and don't want to deal with that kind of shit, I can absolutely appreciate them owning up to it and how they handled it. I do have to set up a conference call for work, but I also am assuming over the 2 last weeks that there's a lot of packages that came that I want to unbox. I know that the Jeffree Star mystery box is there. Other than that, I'm not exactly sure what I have, but I think it should be at least one more item. And I still need to watch Survivor due to my traveling schedule, trying to get it streaming while I was traveling, which just did not work. I still have to watch Survivor as well. I'm tired AF because I was freezing on the plane. I'm a few minutes from home. I can't wait to be home. So I indeed have 10 packages here, but the most important one is this one. If you're interested in the Jeffree Star mystery boxes, you probably have already seen what's in this one. It's the smallest one because I completely sucked at ordering it, but it's my first mystery box. So it looks like I'm almost down to 90 euros because of customs. That's a lot. This is it. So let's see what's inside. We have the gloss in succulent. I'm not the biggest gloss fan, to be honest. Well, I do have the Shane one. Let's see if I like it. It's perfect on a day when my whole face sucks anyways because I'm super tired. So it's pink glittery. It smells good. Ooh, that's shiny. It does not look pink. It does not look pink. It's more like bluish glittery, but I can see how this really works well with different colors under it. It looks like we have a beanie. We have the pop socket. So what's this? Oh! Oh, it's the alien palette. Okay, I see you. I see you. Did not expect a palette in the smallest box, but I didn't expect this. Oh, this actually feels really nice. I always wanted to see this green, how it looks in reality. Oh, that's so soft. I already have a green like this. I have the alien palette. It makes me happy. Is this worth the money? Technically, yes. Was it worth it for me? My question for this week: do you want me to unbox the book boxes during the vlogs to see things like what book it is, but I'm not gonna show you everything? Potentially, I could ask you to tell me if you want the full box rate and review after showing you a teaser. Do you want me to unbox the book boxes that I'm getting like this? Make it up to you to then post under my video. There's a certain number of people saying, yeah, please do this. And then I have this package, and I believe this is books as well. And these books are from the Traveling Book Project that I have already talked about this week, I believe. And if not, and you have no idea what I'm referring to, go back to pretty much any of my vlogs, because I talk about this project all the time. Oh, Goodies! This is tea, and it's an herbal tea, which I like, and it says, have sun in your heart. An herbal tea with fruity orange notes. Look at you, Sophia. Now, the next books that I'm gonna have to read are Wondersmith. I really did enjoy the first one. More tea, candy. Then we have Walk on Earth, a Stranger. And then Elisa's probably going to scream that I'm finally gonna go further in this. I need to get back to work so that I can actually still sleep for like maybe an hour or two.
Good morning. It is Saturday morning. I probably slept for 19 hours. Just was in the supermarket. It is crazy how people are gathering supplies like the world is ending. At least there were some beautiful flowers. I love tulip time when there's like all these different kinds of tulips that don't look normal. Met this lovely old lady. She was buying tulips and she was so sweet. Gave me some tips on picking tulips. She says she has very little money, but one thing that she wants to enjoy every single time is flowers. Paid for her flowers and she did not notice, and I think that was so fun. She deserves it, and that's the kind of stuff that I love doing. It is early afternoon and I am on my way to Düsseldorf. We're going to meet up with my friends. I'm quite looking forward to seeing them again. We will be having an early dinner and then we'll be going to karaoke again, finally. First I want to go and find a decoration store because I want to update my little setting that is in the background of my unboxing videos to something a little bit more spring-like. So train's here. On my way, if I'm done with my makeup, I will start reading 2 mangas to finally read because I have to drop them off at the library in a couple of days. So I have roughly an hour to get to the decoration store, pick out a few things, and get to the place where we have our dinner. Got some green tea in our local Starbucks, and I asked them to fill it into my Starbucks bottle that I got in Seattle. It's quite normal to ask them to fill it into your own bottle, but they have never seen this. They were like, oh my god, I've never seen this. Where do you get this? Because they are working at Starbucks and they've never seen it. So that was quite cute. They wanted to take pictures and everything. I feel like, and this is the same for like my company. I wish that we would make our associates these kind of things available, no matter where in the world they're working. That just would be nice. That they don't know that this exists. It's kind of a shame, isn't it? It is Sunday, it's around 6 p.m. Pretty much spent all day lying around in bed and just pretty much doing nothing. Now I'm on my way to meet up with Nikki again to go to dinner with her daughter. Just some like more family friendly birthday celebration kind of. I have also brought the gifts because it's her daughters that I bought the items in Seattle for. So I'm really looking forward to giving Melly her gifts. On my way, again, I will have to do my makeup. Just the foundations and bronzer on. I am left with any more time. I will get into the 2 mangas that I wanted to read yesterday. after coming back from having a long dinner with my friend. It's just wonderful to see her, to chat with her, and have some wonderful ramen. I feel incredibly guilty when I'm in a restaurant and I order a full portion and then I eat so little that they have to think that I didn't like it and I take the rest to go. It's just always such a weird feeling, and I feel like I want to explain to them that I loved it. What I did take time to do after I came back is I finished my TBR for March, and I want to guide you really quickly through it. So as you might know, I have different areas. I have the group reads, the buddy reads, the arcs, and my goals. So the group reads are usually book clubs and such. So for that, I usually read the Booksplosion book of the month, but in March we are reading Chain of Gold, and I'm not in the Cassandra Clare mood, and I am way behind. And then the Read, Rate, Review Club by Jeeve Book Roast is reading Red Sister, which has been on my list for a long time, so I'm excited about that. The BookTube Chicks are reading Reverie, which I wanted to read for the Booksplosion 2 months ago. Then the Books and Jam. I haven't seen the March book yet, but I haven't been able to read the January book yet. Then want to read Platform 7 as part of the Literally Dead book club by Books and Lala. And then as the Once Upon a Book Club book, which I've been unboxing quite regularly on my channel, I want to read Today We Go Home. Then I have an incredible amount of traveling books at home, which is from the Goodreads group where we write in our books and pass it on to the next person. For that, I do have Dark Dawn, Hunted, The Rook, Flame in the Mist, A Million Words with You. Then I want to read These Rebel Waves with Elisa. I want to finish Harley in the Sky, which I started reading in end of December, beginning of January. Just need to get on top of my NetGalley, so I'm putting Wake and Buzzkill on my list again. Then we already get to my goals is 10 different prompts, but I have a little bit more flexibility in having to fulfill them or not than the past year. So the first one is pick the one of the top 10 oldest from my wish list on Goodreads, or delete 10 from my wish list on Goodreads. Then I have 3 slots of looking at my TBR from last month. I have that set up on Goodreads. So if you go on my Goodreads, I have shelves that stayed a month. And for this, I want to read Winter. I want to finish up that series. The next prompt is book club catch up. I have a couple of book clubs that I want to read all the books from, like Booksplosion, Books and Jam, and for this I'm picking Illuminate, which is also my top shelf pick. Are my highly anticipated books, are books that I find beautiful. Then I have a prompt to pick one of the top 10 lowest rating on Goodreads. For this I put These Rebel Waves. The next one is read one of the top 10 most reviewed on Goodreads. Again, Snowflower and The Secret Fan, so that matches up perfectly. The next prompt is read a nonfiction book. So this year I want to get a recommendation for a nonfiction book by 12 people that I admire, that I love. The January book, which I haven't read yet, is a recommendation by my dad. And the March book is The Widow Clicquot. That is a recommendation by my manager. The last one in my goals is pick a book from the sequel shelf on Goodreads. And for that I am reading Heart of Flames. This is one of my most anticipated books. Crown of Feathers was a surprising favorite last year. So altogether that comes to 8,307 pages in March. I am going to take a couple of days off in March because I have 8 days of holiday that I need to spend. So I'm hoping that it's realistic that I can get there. I'm starting to compare myself to last year's ratio of TBR versus, so one of my goals is get a little bit more realistic TBRs and get more of my TBR done. Last year I put on my TBR 17 books and I read 11 out of these 17 books. This year I have 19, so let's aim at least 10. And out of 6,276 pages last year, I read 3,801, so a little bit over 50%. So I want to beat that. I want to get a higher percentage this year than last year. So this is it for this week. I love you guys. I appreciate everybody who's watching this. I hope to see you on my channel again real soon. Until then, bye.